Ah, trap has worked. Boop. Facing the 3-bet here again in a bounty. Usually I would just call. I don't mind jamming it in a bounty. Range is gonna be so wide. I hope the sound is now a little better. I'm opening the Queen 9 suited, flopping top pair against small man range. I think on this board I definitely want to have some bigger bets as well. Yeah, okay, we're gonna call it. The 3-bet pot, we're just gonna be checking it back. We could be bluffing something like, yeah, if we floated king queen. This is a bit awkward. I think I want to bet for free showdown. I would do it also probably just small with my entire value range. Man, there's so much crap in their ranges. I don't know if I can forward this. We don't block clubs if you opted to check. I think we definitely have to hero call some a6. Half pot. I mean, could be anything. Yeah, kings. Queen 9 suited, easy bet forward here. If I have something decent, I'm gonna be. If I have a king, I'm never gonna be folding. We flop with a set. I think this board we want to do a bunch of checking. Since yeah, we're gonna be struggling with our ace kings, ace queens. Go for a check call, check raise. It always depends on how aggressive your opponents are playing these spots. I mean, a raise really looks really strong here. But people really like to be heroes in these days. So let's give them some. I do think if I bet big, if I raise bigger, the flush is going to be calling anyway. And since I think that ace-high flush draws, if he has a weak flusher like queen, jack, and spades, not sure how much they study multi-way spots, but these are supposed to be more often checks in his shoes. So I hope that or I think that he's gonna have a lot of like 10-9 in hearts, ace-9 in hearts, jack-9 in hearts, where he at least has a gutter. It's an alright turn. We're gonna be checking. We can bet small or check. I mean, he for sure has 8s, right? He surely has 3s. I mean, not sure, but people kind of like to flat wide with pocket pairs. In raise your edge ranges, you advise to defend any king ox versus hijack. Yeah, just because they defend doesn't mean they're super clear. So they're still super marginal and somewhere break even, maybe slightly plus EV. So I like to make my decisions in these spots against the opponent. So king 6 off, king deuce off, they're all quite marginal. Wow, I mean, nah, we can't fold here. We can't fold. Because he could be trapping with aces, kings, and his heart, a spade. I don't think he jams flushes, to be honest. He could. Don't get me wrong, right? He could be shoving queen, jack, but those are very little combos. And since I expect that he could have some weaker value hands, he can have pocket 3s sometimes, and some traps, aces, kings, which some people do flat in these positions, I'm just going to be calling. They always have it. They always have it. Kings, we're all in. Alright, Chopper decides to overcall. I mean, this flop really depends on the turn. This is not looking good, guys. Jack also pairs. Yeah, GG us. GG us. Unless Chopper decides for a little loosey-goosey bluff. And we're chasing a bounty here with 7-5 off, 6 big blind jam. 4. This is not the card we're looking for. And wow, they even you get it in against Jack 10 and Queen Jack, and they block each other all the outs, and there's like gazillions jacks and queens on the board. That's great. What's up? Thank you, man. We flop bottom pair and a flush draw. We are just sending it. As easy as that. As easy as that. All right, thank you everyone for joining in for the stream today. That's it. Was not meant to be today. Stay safe. No, I'm just kidding. Why you're not a PokerStars member? Because I really appreciate. I'm not saying it could never happen to any poker site, but the circumstances have to be right. It has to be something where I can identify myself, and so far for me, being able to say what I want and not being bounded on any poker site and have to be careful what I'm saying, I can just go out there, turn on a podcast, speak about the problems that currently exist in the poker world, and I don't need to be I don't need to pay attention to what I might say, so I can say whatever I want, and I really do appreciate that. I think that's a very valuable asset. And all right, he calls and jams from the big blind, reasonable jam, and we hope to hold. No, ace 4 suited here against the small blind 3-bet. We call. I'm just gonna raise small here. I do think he's just betting a lot for protection. He shouldn't be betting a lot on this turn where we have a bunch of check backs with our 7x. And I really hope that with my small raising, he starts leveling himself in. I think if I raise big, it looks too strong. Yeah, I would have bluffed this spot quite a lot. I was expecting quite many folds. We check, and now he bets 1/3, man. I mean, I do call because I think he's gonna be bluffing with some like king 8, king 7 suited. So if he takes a step, I think. I mean, it's not 1/3, it's like around 40% pot. Sometimes you just have to. I actually hope he checks and then he check folds, so my call makes sense on the turn, because then it would prove my point that he's also delay bluffing, and then it makes my call better, right? Because I'm not just calling to hope for a deuce, I'm calling because I do think he's going to be having a lot of king 9s, king 8s that then slow down, or on a good river, let's say an 8 or even a 9, and he checks, we can jam and get him off an ace king or ace jack, right? So that's what I'm hoping. So I still have some room to maneuver against his ace kings, ace queens, ace jacks. On this card, I think I expect him to. I think he should be hero calling some ace kings, because we're gonna be having a lot of jack 9s, right? That we call pre, some king jacks. Defending the queen 10 off. Definitely want to bluff this combo. I mean, he has a lot of better draws, flush, diamond draws. He has some 9x for sure, but he also has hands like jack 10, queen jack that whatever might not bet. And yeah, of course, he also has a 9 there in this range. So going to be bluffing this combo on the river without any equity. I'm just going to be checking back, checking flop, checking turn, betting river. This is interesting here. I think he's going to be bearing a lot of ace queens, ace 10s, some offsuited hard draws. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for a check jam here on the turn. We block some flushes. I mean, if he has a nut flush, then it's GG, but if he doesn't, he's going to have a hard time. And if he has king 10, king 9, king 8 suited, his 10 9s, queen 10s, we protect quite a lot. I mean, he certainly will have some. Okay, aces with ace and hearts are not full. I mean, even those hands tanked, so. Well, I would call this a little punt, but. That's definitely the only, apart from the nut flushes, I really suck to jam into, but I would check all the flop turn. I'm going to be leading. Don't want to make it too small. This river hurts. I mean, he has jack 10s, queen 10s, and all these hands, right? And I think my 7 6s, 7 5s want to bluff on this river. Probably kind of sucks having hearts. Like without hearts for sure. With hearts, I might be over bluffing because I want to check some quads on the river as well, but I also want to force him some hero calls with ace king, ace queen that are going to be checking back. So I definitely also do want to bet some quads there. Otherwise, I lose too much EV by checking too many hands. I'm going to be check raising here my. before I time out. Let me better. We have to choose a sizing so we can set up a river shove. I have to hurry up a little bit because my timing is not that big. 150. I don't want to overbet. We have to have a little bit left on the over pot left on the river. It's an okay. It could be a good river. It could be a terrible river. If he has something like ace-7 in hearts, it's pretty good that he bet calls the flop with. But yeah, I'm just gonna be jamming. He could have king 4, 6, 5, 2 pairs. I think they're never folding. I would definitely sometimes jam into better hands, but bounty heads up. I prefer going a little thinner for value in these spots. And you get even the call from 7-5. I think we're just sending it. Or we call. I mean, we can also just call and then play hit or fold. Yeah, probably makes more sense. With a gut shot, we probably just jam. 7-9. Yeah, maybe he probably has even kings, queens, jacks that we get to fold. Let's go. Or ace king. I mean, with 30% against that. So my motivation in general, listen, so what and I guess this question also comes with that a lot of people think that, you know, we bluff 3-betting here, the ace jack. They believe that, you know, once you made a lot of money, you can share, you don't need to work. But when you do something you enjoy, it doesn't really matter how much money you make. You just enjoy what you do. And I do enjoy playing poker, so even though I already made a lot of money, I can just keep doing it for the next years. I don't know, maybe I don't enjoy it next year and I'm just going to be focusing on Raise Your Edge and producing content. But for now, it's just really what I like to do. So for that reason, but I understand that, and I don't even blame you. I think you should be aware of that. Once you made a lot of money, your goal is not to just make a lot of money, but also to achieve it with something that you do enjoy. And yeah, when you just try to make some money to make it with poker, it's not going to be very sustainable. And you're going to end up, you're not going to end up enjoying the process and the ups and downs that it comes with. So can you explain why you open 2.15x and not bigger with over 40 big blinds? I just want to play a lot, as much as possible in position against big blinds, something that I've studied a lot and I see a lot of players doing wrong. So by betting sizing smaller, I force them to call more hands, and yeah, it just, I don't want to raise too big because then I play less in position, and I think my edge and my advantage comes from playing a lot in position against the blinds. I feel like this is something I've studied the most. I'm pretty comfortable in which boards to barrel, how to react against check raises, when to bluff, when to value bet. So I also don't want to make a min raise. It's just, at the end, it doesn't really matter, man. Like if you if you raise 2.5x, like the EVs are so marginal. But still, I mean, I'm still gonna be 4-bet bluffing this hand. If don't need to make it big, but if he jams, I think we're just, it's gonna be jacks plus and ace king. Yeah, okay, I mean... I also don't like his call, because he would probably do it with aces as well. Yeah, we at least have to bet here. He still has ace queen hearts, ace king hearts. Yeah, we can. That's good. So we can now comfortably second barrel. Do we have a value jam? He has tens. I mean, the thing is, we only jam against tens, and then he still has aces. He could still have. I mean, he could still be something like ace king, ace queen, double float me because he thinks I'm full of shit. I don't think we have a value jam here, to be honest. Oh, sorry. And especially we block the jack and hearts, which is actually good because it unblocks his draws. But tens also is not always 3-betting preflop, sometimes calling. So I feel like he still has the traps. Ace queen off. What is going on with people? I mean, wow. What? Yeah, we call the jack 10. Ooh, that's a dicey flop. If I buy Bounty Beast course, any support in Russian? No, we don't offer Russian support anymore. I think we just want to check back. I mean, we can still attack the turn if we think he has kings or queens. Think bitcoins can be used as buy-in in the future? Sure, why not? I think the flush is pretty good in 6+, right? I don't stream a lot. Maybe, I don't know. You guys probably can say better. Wow. All right, good luck, us. That's a big pot. Why is he jamming there? Maybe the... All right, so... what am I calling? I do have... all the jack. Okay, he blocks the queen in clubs, so I can have jack 10 and king jack in clubs. Maybe jack 8 in clubs. I can have king 10 in clubs. I can have 10-8 in clubs. I can have the straights myself with the king in clubs, which I'm not folding, obviously. But I think... Am I calling... I mean, I probably call the straights myself. I'm not sure if I'm going to be calling so many 2 pairs, since I would bet some of them on the river, on the flop. Like if I have ace jack, ace 9, right? I'm not going to be calling 10-9 there. I don't know. It's a bit of an overplay, no? I don't want to razz on him, or just how it's 150% pot size overbet, right? It's like check flop. So I don't have ace jack. I don't have ace 9. I do have some king queens. I have all the jack X and clubs. We're going for a bounty. Let's go. Yeah, we get there. No worries. No, actually, wait. It's not one. It's like 2 times pot. More than 2 times pot. I'm not sure. It's a bit of an overplay, huh? Oh, we double up. And we have the potential to bluff rivers if the diamond gets there, like king of diamonds, queen diamonds. So I think it's good also to have some of these hands in your barrel range. Oh, he calls ace-9 off? Is that a thing? That seems a bit loose to me. Maybe the 6+ hold'em experts can, first of all, we're gonna go for a value bet. Don't want to make it too big. It's not that we have the best queen, and I also want him to maybe hero a 7 or an ace high. Ace-9 off? So this is a call here? I'm not so sure. And we have a good hand to go for a bounty. Let's go. We don't hold. That's alright, we still have decent chips. 10 big blinds. We're just going to be jamming the ace-10 suited here. He has jacks. That was a stupid rebuy, guys. That was a very, very stupid rebuy. I think king 10 suited should be a good open here. That's nothing to do with ego CB789, dude. It's just being toxic. Period. Take it or leave it. 10s, 20 bigs, easy call. I can only split, right? Yeah. All right, we're running good in this one. We got top 2 pair, and we go for value. Scoop has been pretty good for me. Before that, there was the Poker Masters where I was running pretty horrible. Yeah, I think we're going for it, right? We have to. We are in the money. Let's go. I mean, he is gonna have a lot of draws that we need to hold against. Probably has all 7s, but in 6+ hold'em with top 2, you have some more equity against bottom sets. Wow, flush draw. I was like, we have a boat. Why does he have equity? But then I realized. This is an interesting flop. I feel like I want to start betting. I think we might be already able to fold out some better, like King Queen really hates his life on this board. Also, we cooler or we get some money from like Jack 10s, Jack 8s that are basically just splitting. I mean, in hand we definitely go broke pre-flop, especially against all these maniacs behind. Good luck, us. I have to take a little gamble here. I mean, we're effectively, if you break it down to no limit hold'em, it's probably around 30 big blinds. The pot are like, it's equivalent of blinds of 15,000, 30,000, depending what, according to what is in the pot. So Jack 9 suited. All right, we need to scoop a queen and a queen only. GG. That was our deep run in the 1K. I mean, at least it was a great learning lesson. So we got 15th, almost before the next pay jump. But of course, we're not going to be folding ace king off there. We had 3 bullets, so we lost 400. We learned a bit, so I think it was a good investment. Ah, trap has worked. Boop. He thinks I'm kept in the small blind. No, I'm not. If he checks, I think I'm gonna jam the river. Oh, I got owned. I got owned. Got owned. Shit. I got owned so hard. Jesus. Did he check back the aces there for 10 big blinds? What a dirty motherfucker. We're coming back. We're coming back. 3. I can't type in GG. No. Yeah, anyway. Shootouts to my opponent there. I love it when people... What are we raising here? it's of course a call, but this guy has been so passive. We can't fold king suited for 30 big blinds. It's always an ace, man. It's always an ace. I mean, it's just this GTO bullshit. You have to call it, but even after millions of hands I played in sitting goals, when you play against a recreational and they ISO jam that fast, it's gonna go for the late bet. Also a little bigger. I think a 7 or 8 would have bet by now, and he's gonna have some ace 9s, king 9s, ace 5s that we can charge, and that's a great river. Oh wait, it's a 5, not a 6. Oh Jesus! I hope he doesn't dong into me. Ah, king 10, yeah. Just jamming ace 2s off. I think against the flush draws, they either come with a pair or we have showdown value against them, like Jack 9, Jack 8, 8 9. I'm gonna go for the late bluff on the river this hand. If called, I'm almost dead. Probably need to overbet because he's gonna be calling for the split quite often, so I need to make it expensive. What bankroll should I buy bar poker? This is never a bad investment, I think. You need to know for yourself if you can afford it or not. If you can, then there's no like limit. Oh, that's a great river. Unless he has an 8, 10 or flush, he's gonna be calling a lot of, you know, king 7s, king 9s, king jacks, all these kind of hands, and we block the flushes, which is important, or some of them. Megar, welcome. Thanks for the subscription. Yeah. I mean, I could also bet smaller, just target his 7-9s, Jack 9s. He seems very passive, so he might just check call his draws. But I think if I go a little bigger, I might also gain some extra 40 against a 3 or 5. If you bet too small, I think I'm going to get hero too often from a 3 or 5. And we bluff. the turn, and we're very likely going to bluff the river. It's very hard for him to have an ace. We can still rep flushes, 2 pairs. I would also value bet most rivers with my 10. I don't think we now, okay, now our goal was to target then better draws, so with like a jack high flush draw or queen high flush draw, but now we have shorter value, and I think he's going to be checking back like his queen jack or jack 8 or whatever. I hope so. He doesn't rep a lot, but he played so passive. I think then you just test something. I don't know. He doesn't seem to be very aggressive against limps, so I don't really want to limp ace queen and then give him so much free equity. So and we can check call on the turn again. So far, when he bet the flop, he usually followed up with a turn bet, so I kind of expect a turn bet. Yeah. But we have to call it. Even he could still be bluffing, and even if it's something like ace, king, king, queen, we have 5 outs, and it just sucks that we wouldn't lose these pots where, yeah, we have to check call just because we have to, and then yeah, we have to fold. Can't even consider euro calling with the 10 in hearts, which is a very, 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 very bad blocker. Losing this heads up would really hurt. But yeah. Oh, runner. Flatting the 9s here. 3-bet is also fine, just a little dicey when facing 4-bets, but it also, yeah, when he shoves, we have an easy call. When he shoves, we have an easy call. Checking back, weak flush draw. I really don't want to face a check raise on this board. It's not a draw we can go broke with. Yeah, we have to call the flop, of course. Yeah, and river we can. Now we call the turn. It's an interesting river. That's the guy earlier we played against when we had the set and he jammed his flush. I mean, he's never bluffing there. Gonna raise my jack 4 off here. I think he's just limp folding too much. Could he value bet an 8? Like, I'm afraid if he just value bets an ace 8. Just tense. Well played. I mean, if he bets bigger, I'm folding. I think. If I'm not sure if he block bets. If he block bets tens there, it just such a disgusting spot. Just a little bump in the road. It's all right. We can afford it. Let's at least win this sit and go here and $1,500. All right. So, of course, we can also use bigger sizing, but I think it's pretty good to... turn is pretty bad. I think I'm going to be checking back. We can also bet, of course. Yeah, I'm not going to fold. If he has 4, 5, 5, 6, ace 4, ace 5, king 4, king 5, I think just too many potential bluffs. If he has a flush, so be it. Deuce, we block king deuce suited. King diamonds, we only has one combo king deuce suited. You can have jack deuce suited for sure, 9 deuce suited, but king deuce suited. Like, he has this one combo. Getting a little wrecked here towards the end of day 1, but it's all right. We're still around average, so it's all good. Courinho, Korai. Yeah, we have to call here. Hoppa! This is a beautiful flippchen. Yeah, we basically just want to bet very small, like min betting, because his range is so, like so. He has such a hard time continuing. Let's say if he has 8-3 in spades, right, or queen 10 off, it's just almost impossible for him to, yeah, to continue it accordingly. And we can also be very aggressive on this board since we know his range is going to be very weak. 299, 310, 410. We can work with a lot of very small sizings as well on every street, basically. Would like to see a jam. Yeah, and river we can jam. right, full value. And the double king. Yeah, nasty spot for him for sure. Two aces is better than one. I'm gonna bet the turn against all the pairs that have a diamond. If we raise, we have an easy fold since we don't have any diamonds. So, and also when we check back and he bets like half pot or 2/3 pot or 3/4 pot, it's gonna be very, very nasty. So just, all right, we're day 2, boys and girls. I don't know if they even girls watching, but we are in 13th position, 32 left. I don't know how much money we're going to play tomorrow. I don't know, 70K, 80K, 100K. I might turn on the stream if we run deep because I only want to one table this one. So when does it continue? It continues, resume 19, so 7 p.m. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And I hope you guys learned something. I wish you guys all the best. Stay healthy, stay strong. Good luck at the table. See you in Discord. Make sure to check out our YouTube channel if you're new to this channel. We have a lot of poker content, free videos on YouTube, me playing live, strategy videos, podcasts. We have podcasts with poker legends. We have podcasts with esports. Last week I made a podcast with MBK from OG Sports and former Vitality and G2 Esports. And yeah, just picking up the brightest minds from poker and esports. And of course, a lot of poker content. And if you want to surround yourself with a great community, you can join our Discord. You'll find the links everywhere. And it's for free. We have coaches in there that provide feedback on hands. We're also currently on a sale. So yeah, just check it out. And then see you guys next time. Maybe tomorrow if I decide spontaneously to turn on the stream. Maybe we're going to have a race stream if I run deep in this one. Then probably final 2 table earliest. Yeah, it was fun. Another deep run. See you guys.